Mr. Speaker, this morning I rise very briefly to present to this Honourable House the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis's National Sport Policy 2020-2025, which I intend to lay on the table before this House. Mr. Speaker, if I may very briefly refer to the very short executive summary for the benefit of the members. The National Sport Policy 2020-2025 ushers in a new era for sport in St. Kitts and Nevis, providing guidance for the oversight and direction of sport, physical education, physical activity, and recreation over the next 5 years. Critically, the policy is designed for all of St. Kitts and Nevis, including our children, elderly, persons with disabilities, and athletes who represent schools, clubs, and national teams. The policy reflects global standards and upholds alignment with the UN Sustainable Development Goals, while at the same time adopting a strong appreciation and value of the local context and realities of the Federation. The policy embraces the powerful medium of sport to address issues affecting youth in schools and communities, to promote healthy and active lifestyles, to support pathways for excellence, and to generate new revenue streams and economic activity for this federation. The National Sport Policy introduces a new governance structure with the establishment of a National Sport Council that will bring together the key stakeholders in the sports sector in a collaborative effort to ensure the successful oversight and implementation of this policy. The policy also introduces a new structure and culture for a coherent approach to the development of athletes with the creation of community-based sport development hubs and a high-performance center. Building on the successes of local sport traditions, the policy includes a framework for engaging communities in a return to street sport. The policy commits to providing equal opportunities and invests in the leadership capacity of our youth as peace builders in schools and communities. The National Sport Policy promotes the equitable representation of women in the leadership of sport and the empowerment of women as guardians of sport in the communities. The policy invests in strengthening the capacity of women as health and fitness leaders in communities across the Federation, tapping into the nurturing power to build safer, healthier, and more cohesive communities. Finally, Mr. Speaker, the policy recognizes the role of the corporate sector as drivers of economic activity and provides guidelines for the collaboration of key stakeholders from business, tourism, and sport to strengthen sport tourism products and services that contribute to sustainable revenue streams. Mr. Speaker, this sport policy is something that has been discussed and talked about but not implemented for some 15 years approximately. However, Mr. Speaker, I must commend my ministerial predecessor in the Ministry of Youth, Sport and Culture, the Honourable Member for number 5, the Honourable Sean Richards, for his leadership, his insight, his foresight in actually bringing this sport policy to fruition. And so I commend him and the team led by him. This sport policy is a federal effort, and I must acknowledge the member for Nevis 10, the Honourable Eric Evelyn, who serves as the Minister of Sport for the Nevis Island Administration, who endorses this policy, and you can find a message from him to that extent within this policy. The policy document which I am about to lay before this Honourable House includes not just a policy but a strategic plan, as well as the newly added COVID-19 protocols that now form the new norm and had to be included in a policy such as this in light of the global pandemic which we face today. And so, Mr. Speaker, with those very few words, I table this sport policy together with the strategic plan and COVID-19 rules
as the overall document entitled the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis National Sport Policy 2020-2025. May it please you, Mr. Speaker.